Columnist Charles Krauthammer. Charles, your thoughts on this speech?
I thought it was one of the great campaign speeches I've ever heard. Unfortunately, it was given in a setting, the magnificent setting, where FDR, after Pearl Harbor declared, asked for a declaration of war on Japan, in the august setting where Lyndon Johnson asked for a passage of civil rights. Here was a president asking for the passage, essentially, of a watered-down, retreaded stimulus package, which he already had proposed, already had passed, already had been tried, and already has left us with a stagnant economy, and did it in this setting where it seems to me his intent was to set the premise for the election. He said, I will take the message to the country. If that isn't a declaration of a campaign, I've never heard one.
AB, the president is known for delivering good speeches, and arguably this was delivered well. As far as the substance of the speech, will this persuade, do you think, any Republicans in Congress to get on board and pass this package as it stands right away, as the president charged?
No, I don't. I was thinking, as I saw the president hugging Senator Tom Coburn of Oklahoma, his old friend, you know, how different it would have been for President Obama had he really worked in his private behind-the-scenes relationships, the few he had in Congress, to strengthen them. He has a largely adversarial relationship with the Congress. And going and giving this kind of tell Washington now, something that you could see him giving at a factory or out in a field somewhere next to a big farm or something. The fact that he was going there to say, you need to pass this now. He was trying to be upbeat. He was trying to deliver it with a lot of energy. But, you know, we know after watching him for several years, he's had a very tough relationship with the Congress. He hasn't really nurtured the few relationships he's had. Vice President Biden has had to come in many times and really rescue at critical moments legislation to avert default, to keep the government open, etc., because he has longstanding relationships. And it's just an interesting choice that he made to raise such expectations and to choose a joint session, something that you're really supposed to use, you know, for high moments and emergencies.
Steve, what struck you?
Well, I think the central fact of the speech is that it wouldn't have been necessary had President Obama's economic policies to this point succeeded. He didn't just become president. He's been president for 32 months, 24 of which he had a Democratic Congress where he could have done any or all of these things. The fact is, most of these things were presented by the president and in some cases passed by the Congress in piecemeal fashion. So this felt like a greatest hits. It's like he went back and he looked at all of his old speeches, his stimulus speeches, his States of the Union,